Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Medrano. I'm the founder and CEO of MyStemCells.life. We are headquartered in Dallas, Texas. Our website is www.mystem. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your cell phones on silence at this time. Thank you. Our legal disclaimer is we do not claim to cure or prevent any disease or injury. This presentation is not a substitute for professional medical advice. This is for educational purposes only. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I'm going to talk about today in this presentation. Well, first we're going to talk about what are stem cells and what is stem cell banking and why is it important to bank your stem cells now. And also we're going to talk about stem cell treatment, some of the enormous potential that stem cells offer. I'm only going to be able to just scratch the surface of their enormity of their potential. And also we're going to talk about a financial opportunity to get in on a ground floor opportunity with us and with our company to become one of our consultants working from home full-time or part-time. And also I'm going to talk about the 3 mechanics to building wealth. If you want to become financially independent, you must employ and utilize these 3 mechanics to building wealth, and also how to get started with us, okay? The vision for starting this company was to educate and increase the public awareness. Also to build a buyer's club, kind of like a Costco or Sam's, to increase our combined purchasing power. The other one is to build a business platform to do revenue sharing with everyone, from the doctors, their staff, the patients, and the general public like you individuals. Now also to offer the 3 mechanics to building wealth, that is leverage, residual income, and building equity. And then offer the unlimited income potential for those people that want to just run with it, and also allow people to make enough income to help pay for their stem cell banking and treatment. And also work from home. A lot of people spend a lot of time traveling, working away from the home, and most of the time they spend hours and hours away from their families. So this concept of work from home is a trend that is rising, and we definitely like our consultants working from home because we'd like to get that counterbalance between work and family. Then also to give you the benefits of owning a business without all the headaches of employees or the hassles of running the day-to-day operations, okay? They say if you have 1 employee, you have a headache. You have more than 1 employee, you're running an adult daycare center. Next, I'm going to show you a short introduction video to stem cells. It's a TED Talk.
Imagine 2 people are listening to music. What are the odds that they are listening to the exact same playlist? Probably pretty low. After all, everyone has very different tastes in music. Now, what are the odds that your body will need the exact same medical care and treatment as another person's body? Even lower. As we go through our lives, each of us will have very different needs for our own health care. Scientists and doctors are constantly researching ways to make medicine more personalized. One way they are doing this is by researching stem cells. Stem cells are cells that are undifferentiated, meaning they do not have a specific job or function. While skin cells protect your body, muscle cells contract, and nerve cells send signals, stem cells do not have any specific structures or functions. Stem cells do have the potential to become all other kinds of cells in your body. Your body uses stem cells to replace worn-out cells when they die. For example, you completely replace the lining of your intestines every 4 days. Stem cells beneath the lining of your intestines replace these cells as they wear out. Scientists hope that stem cells could be used to create a very special kind of personalized medicine in which we could replace your own body parts with, well, your own body parts. Stem cell researchers are working hard to find ways in which to use stem cells to create new tissue to replace the parts of organs that are damaged by injury or disease. Using stem cells to replace damaged bodily tissue is called regenerative medicine. For example, scientists currently use stem cells to treat patients with blood diseases such as leukemia. Leukemia is a form of cancer that affects your bone marrow. Bone marrow is the spongy tissue inside your bones where your blood cells are created. In leukemia, some of the cells inside your bone marrow grow uncontrollably, crowding out the healthy stem cells that form your blood cells. Some leukemia patients can receive a stem cell transplant. These new stem cells will create the blood cells needed by the patient's body. There are actually multiple kinds of stem cells that scientists can use for medical treatments and research. Adult stem cells, or tissue-specific stem cells, are found in small numbers in most of your body's tissues. Tissue-specific stem cells replace the existing cells in your organs as they wear out and die. Embryonic stem cells are created from leftover embryos that are willingly donated by patients from fertility clinics. Unlike tissue-specific stem cells, embryonic stem cells are pluripotent. This means that they can be grown into any kind of tissue in the body. A third kind of stem cells is called induced pluripotent stem cells. These are regular skin, fat, liver, or other cells that scientists have changed to behave like embryonic stem cells. Like embryonic stem cells, they too can become any kind of cell in the body. While scientists and doctors hope to use all of these kinds of stem cells to create new tissue to heal your body, they can also use stem cells to help understand how the body works. Scientists can watch stem cells develop into tissue to understand the mechanisms that the body uses to create new tissue in a controlled and regulated way. Scientists hope that with more research, they can not only develop specialized medicine that is specific to your body, but also better understand how your body functions, both when it's healthy and when it's not.
Here's a glossary of some common terms they use in the space: autologous, allogenic, adult stem cells, and embryonic stem cells. Autologous just means your own stem cells, comes from your own body. Allogenic, it just means that stem cells that come from somebody else's body. And then adult stem cells, these are the ones that are already in your body. And then you got the embryonic stem cells, those are the ones that come from unborn embryos. Just to put you at ease, we do not do the embryonic stem cells, okay? Those are the highly controversial ones. All we do is the adult stem cells, and we get the stem cells from your adipose fat tissue, okay? Now, a lot of people ask me, is this safe? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. There's over 2,000 scientific research papers proving the safety of using your own stem cells. And it makes sense because these are bioidentical to you, they're biocompatible. It's your own DNA. So autologous stem cells are safer than allogenic stem cells. Now, what are stem cells? Stem cells can actually, they're just very specific, specialized cells that can turn into other types of cells. And some of the ones that are very popular here are muscle cells, very important as well, blood cells, nerve cells, cardiac cells, liver cells, intestinal cells, and many, many, many other cells, okay, cartilage as well. So look at some of the literature online and you can see all the different variations what stem cells can turn into. I love this slide. It's a very simple pictorial of where we get the mesenchymal stem cells, the adult mesenchymal stem cells. And it's very simple. They're hiding right underneath your epidermis layer and dermis, which we can very easily access. And there's an abundance of mesenchymal stem cells in your fat tissue. Here we got a good example where they take some belly fat out of you, and they actually put them into a petri dish, and they induce the stem cells to become pluripotent. And then from there, they go on to become endoderm cells, onto pancreatic progenitor cells, and then onto endocrine progenitor cells, and then beta-like insulin producing cells. And then they take those cells and they put them right back into the patient, and this is over the course of about maybe 11, 12 days. So you see, and then our motto is 2 tablespoons of belly fat may save your life one day, and our other motto is don't operate, regenerate. Now, stem cell treatment is done by injection, so this is great news because you'll never have to get cut, go under the knife, go under general anesthesia. Most people can't handle that. It's just a simple injection. Stem cells are delivered by needle, and typically what they do is they like to, the optimal protocols will deliver stem cells 2 places, one at the trauma site, and then the other one is intravenously, okay? And that gets into your entire circulatory system. And some of the trauma sites that are very well known that stem cells are are introduced to is the joints. That could be your knee, your elbow, your shoulder, your smaller joints, the knuckles, your toes, if you have any kind of arthritic type situations. Tissue, it could be muscle tissue. Intrathecal, this gets into some of the, the Parkinson's, MS types. They, sort of a spinal tap, and then the lymph nodes. So if you got anything going on in the lymphatic system, then they can actually inject stem cells into the lymph nodes. And intranasally, those are people that have lung trauma, like COPD or any other lung issues. Then what they do is they put the stem cells into a nebulizer, and they create a nice little fine mist where the individual actually breathes in their stem cells. And of course, they couple that with the intravenous as well. So that's the two-prong approach I've been talking about. Now, some people just get simply just an IV all by itself. And when people do that, it's been reported that most people get an overall feeling of well-being, and they notice that their wounds and cuts heal faster. So this is stem cell treatment done by injections. Now, here's a very useful website that you can go to. It's called clinicaltrials.gov. And as of October 24th, year of our Lord 2017, there were 6,245 studies using stem cells in the USA and worldwide combined. So that tells you the importance and the emergence of stem cell use in therapy and clinical use. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my favorite slides of the whole presentation. Here in numbers, in a graphical chart, we can actually see what's happening within our bodies. Here at teenage years, we have about approximately 1 billion mesenchymal stem cells, and there's lots of stem cytokines, rapid healing, youthful skin, as we can see in this picture here. And then when we move over to age 30, we actually have a 60% drop. We're down to only 40% of the repair guys that we had as a teenagers. Okay, so but still at 30, you're still not feeling too bad. Then we move over to age 50. Now we see we're down to 25% of the stem cells that we had, mesenchymal stem cells we had as a teenager. So now we're, at 50, we're starting to feel some of the effects of aging. And then as we move in further in time to the right, we see age 80. We see that we're down to 5% of the stem cells we had as when we were teenagers. That's why we see a lot, when you see a lot of 80-year-olds walking around, they're really feeling it. There's just not a lot of repair going on in their bodies because they don't have that amount of stem cells that they had when they were teenagers or when they were younger. And so here it is, it's in a graphical chart, our stem cells have been exponentially declining since birth. And as we age, they diminish, they approach zero, right? But this is the whole story, what's happening. Well, that's the bad news. Your stem cell population has been declining since birth. So the good news is that with as little as 2 to 3 tablespoons of belly fat, we can actually grow them back to hundreds of millions, okay? And we can actually get them up to 1 billion if you need it. Now, the value proposition here is that if, let's say, for example, heaven forbid, 10, 20 years from now, you have a medical crisis, well, guess what? If you banked your stem cells now, then you would have stem cells that are 10, 20 years younger, okay? So it's like having bioinsurance. It is wise to bank your stem cells as soon as possible. We do screen for HIV, Hep B, Hep C, and syphilis. So remember, if you test positive, we can bank your stem cells. So also, later on, if your body gets in a disease state, it does, there is a tendency to compromise the quality of your stem cells. So it makes a lot of sense to bank your stem cells prior to getting into those states, disease states. So you have a huge advantage in a recovery, okay, and potential cure. So. Okay, how many people buy insurance to protect their home and cars? Well, guess what? Great news. Now you can actually bank your stem cells and get a form of bioinsurance. So in case something happens to you in the future, if you get trauma, you're in an auto accident or some kind of, severe, physical accident, hiking, biking, or what have you, then, and also if you get into a disease state, then now you've got a stem cell bank, that a huge repository of your own DNA, your adult mesenchymal stem cells that can help provide potential solutions, okay, And so this is a huge advantage. So now, like I said, you can actually insure your body by banking your stem cells. Okay. Now, banking is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First thing we do is we give you a blood test. We're screening for HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and syphilis. If you test positive for any one of these, then we cannot bank your stem cells. If everything comes out okay, then we move to step 2. And it's a very simple, painless mini liposuction procedure. It takes about 30 minutes. They use local anesthetic, and then you're in and out. And then from there, what they do is they'll take the lipoaspirate, your fat tissue, they'll put it into a FedEx box, and then they'll ship it to our lab. And then there, as soon as we receive it in our lab, we'll actually send you an email that's saying that we received your belly fat or your lipoaspirate. And then after we process it and we successfully isolate the mesenchymal stem cells, then we'll send you another email giving you confirmation that your stem cell bank is already ready to, it's already been processed and it's ready to go, and it's there for you whenever you need it. And to retrieve your stem cells, then all you would have to do is just either email us or call us, and then we could send it to wherever you want. Of course, there are additional fees added to that, so just look at our menu pricing for that. And then if you want to expand them as well, we can actually do that before we send them back to you, and we can get them up into the hundreds of millions and even up to 1 billion in population size if you do need that for your particular situation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's a great example of what stem cell technology may improve upon. This is a knee replacement, and what they do is they start off already by sawing off the bottom half of your femur, and they attach this metal hinge. So they're already starting off with artificial parts like plastic and metal here, and then the average cost for a knee replacement is about $50,000 for uncomplicated cases. Lots of pain associated with it, 3 to 6 months of recovery, and there's no guarantee of results. I mean, high percentage of failure and complications. Only lasts up for 10 years, and you're going to need to do this again in 10 years. And look at these huge scars that they leave you all the way from the bottom of your knee to the top of your knee. So what is the true cost of your loss of time, function, pain, and suffering? Okay, here's the new alternative. You know, our motto is that we say, don't operate, regenerate. As you can see here, I'm going to get me a laser pointer. And so this is going to show us a bone-on-bone x-ray here. So when you see this, I mean, if you know anybody that has this going on in their body, they are experiencing lots of pain. This is very painful if you ever get bone-on-bone. And so this is, you know, we go over to the right here. What they've done, they've actually taken the patient's own stem cells and they injected them right into that space. And then over the course of time, approximately about 6 months, you see this nice little thin layer of cartilage regeneration. This is awesome. Now you got this cushioning effect from that newly regenerated cartilage. You no longer have that painful bone on bone. So this is amazing. Okay, so you can most people, you can either do the previous slide where you see the huge scars and they're using artificial metal and plastic, or you can just simply use your own cells. And it's a very simple outpatient procedure. What they do, they just inject a needle there, deliver the stem cells, they pull the needle out, pretty much just put a band-aid on it, and then you're on your way home. So you pick, if you are facing a knee replacement, you seriously want to consider looking at this alternative.
In health news, it is a common complaint that you hear from runners, back and knee pain. But there's one procedure that's getting people back on track. Health and wellness reporter Sonia Azad is here to explain. Sonia?
Yeah, Marie, Kobe Bryant has done it, Peyton Manning has used it, and now you can too. People with osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis are easing joint pain in their knees, their hips, and their shoulders, and it's all done using your own stem cells.
Well, I started having knee problems when I was 38 years old.
Betty Hudson has lived an active life for 71 years.
I broke my knee skiing.
She's been through surgery and steroid injections, but when arthritis set in, she could barely walk. So she tried something else, stem cell therapy.
And that's where we get the healing.
Dr. Bill Johnson takes adult stem cells from your own fat, concentrates them, then puts them into an area that doesn't heal well on its own.
we're able to concentrate those healing cells and get healing and rejuvenation where left to themselves those tissues can't.
Injured cells release messengers called growth factors, which attract stem cells to where the damage is, telling them what to do. We watched the retrieval process up close, which took no more than 15 minutes. It takes longer to separate the stem cells. Then the final step is injecting them back into the problem area, knees, hips, or shoulders, for instance. Then the patient can go home.
We went to the fair yesterday, and I walked about 5 miles, and I had no pain in my knee.
Betty had the procedure twice and says her left knee is back in commission and her travel schedule is packed. They went on a family cruise to Ireland.
When I got off the ship, I walked on this cobblestone street, and the pedometer said that I walked 6 miles that day, and I did it virtually pain-free.
Now she's planning to get back on her skis this winter.
I probably will take it very easy because of my age and my other bones.
Basically like a flatbed scanner. That's what you see here on the right side. You see a scanner technology that first scans the wound on the patient, and then it comes back with the print hits, actually printing the layers that you require on the patients themselves. This is how it actually works. Here's a scanner going through, scanning the wound. Once it's scanned, sends information and layers the correct layers of cells where they need to be. And now you're going to see here a demo of this actually being done in a representative wound. And we actually do this with a gel so that you can lift the gel material. So once those cells are on the patient, they will stick where they need to be. And this is actually new technology still under development. We're also working on more sophisticated printers because in reality, our biggest challenge are the solid organs. I don't know if you realize this, but 90% of the patients on the transplant list are actually waiting for a kidney. Patients are dying every day because we don't have enough of those organs to go around. So this is more challenging. Large organ, vascular, a lot of blood vessel supply, a lot of cells present. So the strategy here is this is actually a CT scan, an X-ray, and we go layer by layer using computerized morphometric imaging analysis and 3D reconstruction to get right down to those patients' own kidneys. We then are able to actually image those, do 360-degree rotation to actually analyze the kidney in its full volumetric characteristics, and we then are able to actually take this information and then scan this in a printing computerized form. So we go layer by layer through the organ, analyzing each layer as we go through the organ, and we then are able to send that information, as you see here, through the computer and actually design the organ for the patient. This actually shows the actual printer, and this actually shows that printing. In fact, we actually have the printer right here. So while we've been talking today, we've actually, you can actually see the printer back here in the backstage. That's actually the actual printer right now, and that's been printing this kidney structure that you see here. It takes about 7 hours to print the kidneys. This is about 3 hours into it now. And Dr. Kang's going to walk on stage right now, and we're actually going to show you one of these kidneys that we printed a little bit earlier today. Put a pair of gloves here. So these gloves are a little bit small on me, but here it is. You can actually see that kidney as it was printed earlier today. Has a little bit of consistency to it. This is Dr. Kang, who's been working with us in this project, and we one part of our team. Thank you, Dr. Kang. Appreciate it. So this is actually a new generation. This is actually the printer that you see here on stage, and this is actually the new technologies we're working on now. But in reality, you know, we now have a long history of doing this. I'm going to share with you a clip in terms of technology that we have had in patients now for a while. And this is actually a very brief clip, only about 30 seconds, of a patient who actually received an organ.
I was really sick. I could barely get out of bed. I was missing school. It was just pretty much miserable. I couldn't, go out and play, basketball at recess without feeling like I was going to pass out when I got back inside. I felt so sick. I was facing basically a lifetime of dialysis, and I don't even like to think about what my life would be like if I was on that. So after the surgery, life got a lot better for me. I was able to do more things. I was able to wrestle in high school. I became the captain of the team, and that was great. I was able to be, the normal kid with my friends, and because they use my own cells to, build this bladder, it's gonna be with me. I got it for life, so I'm all set.
These experiments sometimes work, and it's very cool when they do. Luke, come up, please.
No.
So, Luke, before last night, when's the last time you saw Tony?
10 years ago when I had my surgery, and it's really great to see him.
And tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, right now I'm in college at the University of Connecticut. I'm a sophomore and studying communications, TV, and mass media, and basically trying to live life like a normal kid, which I always wanted growing up, but it was hard to do that when I was born with spina bifida and my kidneys and bladder weren't working. I went through about 16 surgeries, and it seemed impossible to do that when I was in kidney failure when I was 10. And this surgery came along and basically made me who I am today and saved my life.
Parkinson's and rheumatoid arthritis, Sjogren's, migraines, the list goes on, gastroparesis. It's really kind of fun and entertaining being me because it's kind of like winning the health lotto. But I have an opportunity to get some stem cell treatment that could really help me. And I would really like to do that because I have a teenage daughter, and she means the world to me.
It was so amazing to see the results so quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, I was stunned. I really did not expect that. And to see her be able to walk straight and just walk all the years she was in ballet and standing up straight like she always did with her shoulders back and down, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I've never seen her in 5 years, never seen that.
No,
yeah.
She's never walked like this since this started up.
Yeah.
And,
I remember I was very concerned about the stairs.
Yes.
And when I saw the video of her just whizzing up those stairs, I was like, this is unbelievable.
Well, and the first night we were there, for her to go up those stairs, she had to hold on to the top of the railing and then hold on to the railing, and I was behind her holding on to her practically going up around the corner. And we didn't take a picture of that, but she was very shaky and just having a hard time balancing going up there. She had to hold on to the wall as she went up. So for her to see her go up those stairs the morning after, just up them like it was nothing. You know, like her balance was so centered. Yeah, wow. It was wonderful.
Other areas that stem cells may have the potential to aid in are heart disease, cancer, stroke, diabetes, MS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, lupus, fibromyalgia, COPD, and severe arthritis, and many, many more disease and injuries that are out there. Okay, stem cells can be used for cosmetic reconstruction and augmentation. Some of the popular areas are the breast, the buttocks, hand rejuvenation, neck rejuvenation, facial rejuvenation, and the lips. As you can see here, this woman on the left, you see she's got a lot of aging going on around the face. And after the stem cell fat grafting with stem cells, you see a very nice youthful look in her face. So this is amazing technology. Over to the right, we were talking about breast. Okay, this is a good example of, say, a woman has a mastectomy, a single mastectomy or a double mastectomy. This is one way they can do it. They take some fat off the hip. They take half of that fat, they process it for the stem cells, and then they inject those stem cells back into the other half, and then they put it in a syringe, inject it right into the breast area, and now she has a very natural feeling and natural looking breast. It's all her own stem cells, her own natural cells, fat, tissue, and you don't have any artificial silicone or anything like that. So it's an amazing technology, and it's the way to go. It's the newest trend. Now, this next slide I'm very, very excited about because this talks about House Bill 810. Our wonderful state of Texas passed a law titled House Bill 810, and what House Bill 810 does, it actually legalizes stem cell treatment, autologous stem cell treatment in our wonderful state of Texas for the chronically and terminally ill. So this is an amazing achievement for our legislature here in Texas. So that means people won't have to get on a plane and go to Panama or Cancun or other parts of the world just to get their own stem cells put back in their body. So this is a new industry created in Texas, and this is amazing. So we're very excited about this legislation. Okay, professional athletes that have received stem cell treatment are Kobe Bryant, Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods, Rafael Nadal, Alex Rodriguez, Paul Gasol, Chris Johnson, and Bob Liddy are just some of the athletes that have received stem cell therapy. So if it's good enough for professional athletes, it's certainly good enough for the rest of us. Okay, stem cell treatment and stem cell banking is a multi-billion-dollar business already around the world. And this industry is expected to grow exponentially. So if you're looking for an emerging market, they say a trend is your friend. Okay, so they say if you want to become wealthy, you want to get in front of those trends. And you can be an average person and you can do very, very well. So this is, like I said, it's an emerging technology, emerging space, and it's called regenerative medicine. And other countries that are providing stem cell treatment that are kind of ahead of us and taking advantage of this new industry is the UK, China, India, Mexico, Panama, the Caribbean islands, Thailand, and many, many other countries as well. So the UK just spent billions and billions of dollars on their stem cell research and treatment up there. So if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for us. Okay, let's talk about building wealth. The three mechanics to building wealth are leverage, residual income, and building equity. Now, leverage, J. Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% effort of 100 people than 100% of my own. Now, residual income, an example of that is you do the work one time and you get paid over and over again. An example would be is if you write a book, okay, you do all the work up front, and every time that book sells, you're going to get a royalty for that sell. Now, building equity, whenever you work for somebody else, you're building equity in that person's company. Okay, so in this scenario, equity, you don't want to rent your income, you want to own it. So that way you're building equity in you and your family. So my company has the three mechanics built into it. And so rest assured that you are doing the right thing. Now, here's a very interesting fact. 75% of all millionaires have done it by starting a business. And then today, home-based business is more popular than ever because people hate that commute. Because if you're driving to work 1 hour and 1 hour back, that's 2 hours a day times 5 days a week. That's 10 hours that you're spending in your car. That's a full work day and you're not getting paid for it. And then the other thing about home-based business is unlimited income potential. So you can make as much money as you want. Obviously, it doesn't just land in your lap. You've got to put the effort in. It's always a return on effort and hard work. So Home-based business is a trend, and they say a trend is your friend. So definitely our compensation plan does have all the three mechanics, and so you're going to be absolutely positively sure that you are doing the right thing when you do sign up as a consultant and work for our company. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the exciting binary compensation plan. This plan is designed to foster teamwork and build synergy, as it's based on the number 2. In fact, that's what binary means, is 2. And then the average person recommends a product or service on average to 2 to 3 people. So the binary is very suitable and very doable for an average person. So let's go ahead and draw that out. So here's you, right? Let's draw a circle. All right, that's you. And then this business center has a left side and it has a right side. Okay, so let's put that there, a left and a right. And then so let's say that you sign somebody up here named Jill. Okay. Oops, dotted I a little bit to there. I'm drawing with my finger, by the way, here. So it's a little bit tough drawing with a finger. But here's, you got Bob on the right. So here you got a left and a right side. So let's just draw a little dotted line down the middle here. So in its simplest form, this is the binary. It's one business center, you, okay? And then you have a left and a right side to this. So there's a lot of synergy here that you can build with just, finding 2 people. And then Jill would have a left and a right, okay? And they can just find 2 people as well. So does Bob. Bob has a left, has a right, and you can find 2 people, and so on. Okay, so to just keep dividing it, each node or each business center divides into 2. So that's the basic fundamentals of the binary compensation plan, and each business center has a left and a right. Okay, let's talk about our exciting and lucrative weekly commission pay schedule. Here we have a term called group sales volume. That's also equivalent to the term we throw around, which is PV, personal volume. But in this case, we're going to use the term group sales volume. It's all the same thing. They are commissionable points that you get paid on. So let's look at the commission pay table here. If we look on the left side of one business center on the right side, and we see at least 500 points there on the left and right of any business center in your organization, you're going to earn a $100 paycheck for that week. And then you become the rank of believer. Now, the next time if you earn 1,000 left and 1,000 right on any given business center, you're going to earn a paycheck of $200, and you become the rank of builder. So if you're getting the pattern here, you see if you add, the next one is going to be 2,000 left, 2,000 right. So we add up both left and right balanced. That's one of the requirements of the binaries. You got to balance. So if you add the balanced volume, you have at least 2,000 left, 2,000 right, and you add them up, that's 4,000 in volume. 10% of that is what we pay you on. It's a $400 paycheck, and you become the rank of achiever. So now we continue on here. If you have at least 2,500 on the left and at least 2,500 on the right of any business center, you're going to earn a check for $500 on that particular business center, and you become the rank of director the very first time you hit that. And these are lifetime ranks, by the way. Once you achieve them, they're your ranks for career life. And then if you have 3,000 left, 3,000 right on any given business center, you're going to earn a check for $600, and you become a bronze director. Now you go on and you do 4,000 left, 4,000 right, you become a silver director. And then here's a very interesting point in the commission payout schedule, is that the very first time that you hit 5,000 left and 5,000 right on any one of your business centers, you're going to earn $1,000 for that week. That's the maximum any business center can pay out per week. And then you also become a gold director in our company. How exciting. And then this is a very special event that happens whenever you do the 5,000 left, 5,000 right. You're going to get another re-entry. That's another business center that you can put anywhere in your downline, okay? And you can actually start building 2 additional legs on that particular business center. And then that business center can pay you up to a maximum of 1,000 per week. There's 52 weeks in a year, so maximum income potential for that business center is $52,000 a year that you've increased your income potential by. Now, this is once you start maxing out more than one business center, right? Then you get into these upper ranks. This is when you max out 2 business centers in a given week. Obviously, each business center is going to pay you $1,000 per week, so that's $2,000 paycheck that you're going to earn, and then you become a platinum director in our company. Then if you max out 3 business centers, then you're going to earn $3,000 for that week, and you become a Ruby director. If you max out 4 business centers in a given week, you're going to earn $4,000 and become an Emerald director. Now, if you max out 5 business centers in a given week in the same business center, you're going to earn $5,000 for that week, and you become a Sapphire director. Now, here is another interesting and exciting point in the compensation pay schedule, is that whenever you max out 7 business centers in one given week, right, you're going to earn $7,000 commission check for that week, and then you're going to earn actually, I'm sorry, let me go back. If you the very first time you max out 6 business centers, you're going to earn a $6,000 paycheck, and you become a Diamond director. And then you start sharing in the leadership bonus. We take 3% of all the commissionable volume throughout the company, and we distribute it among the Diamond directors and above. And these are the number of shares that you'll get depending on which rank you hit there during that week. So, for example, if you max out 10 business centers in a given week, then you're going to have 16 shares of that pool that you're going to share with everybody else that has earned the rank of Diamond Director and above, that qualified for that week, and share that 3% commission leadership bonus. How exciting is that? So we actually, we do reward the people that do lead the company and lead others. So if you become a leader of leaders, not only do you get a nice weekly binary check, but you also get to enjoy and share in the 3% leadership bonus. How awesome is that? Okay, let's look at the question where people say, well, what happens if I don't balance in the binary? What happens to my commissions? Well, that's a great question. So what happens is there's a thing called carryover volume. So it's like having money in the bank. So let's look at this. Okay, so when we look at this is you with a business center, and you've sponsored Jill and Bob, and then the whole group has generated some volume, group sales volume. That's what GSV stands for, group sales volume. So when you look at this group sales volume, that's equivalent to PV. And let's look for this given week. You have 3,500 group sales volume points. And then on the right of your number 1, you have 2,500 group sales volume points. So obviously we're going to go back and look at the table and look at the balancing. So you have at least 2,000 left on the left side of your business center, and you have 2,000 at least on your right. So if we look at that, this box, 2,000 left, 2,000 right, is what you qualify for that week. So now you're going to earn a $400 paycheck for this week, and then they're going to subtract 2,000 points from the left and 2,000 points from the right and pay you out on that, which is 10% of those volume points, which is a $400 paycheck, right? So what's going to be the leftover? The leftover is going to be, if you take 3,500, subtract 2,000, you get 1,500 group sales volume points, and over here you're going to have 500 left over. So already the following week you're going to start off with a paycheck, because you've already met, you've got 500, at least 500 on the left, and you got 500 on the right. So the following week you've already started off the week with a $100 paycheck, and then any additional volume that comes in through your business center, through your efforts or your team, you're going to get paid on that as well. Okay, so the maximum that you can ever carry over is going to be 5,000 per side, and this is a very exciting incentive for you guys to balance on the other side, and it's like having money in the bank. Okay, I want to just make it clear that our compensation plan has unlimited income potential. It's all based on your efforts and the teams that you build. So you can potentially become a millionaire with our compensation plan. And how that works is we only let you start off with 1 business center or 3 business centers. Now in this particular example, I'm going to show you that, okay, here, say if you started with a 1, then whenever you hit 5,000 left PV and 5,000 PV right, on any given business center that you have, you're going to get another one called a reentry. So that's you. So after you've built it, so that's another 2 legs that you're going to build on the left and the right, and this has the potential to pay you out 1,000 per week. Now each business center in itself, including the reentries, come with 2 more reentries. So every time you hit 5,000 left, 5,000 right on any one of these, you're going to get another one. So it's unlimited in that sense. And each time you do earn a reentry, it's gonna increase your income potential by 52,000 a year. So you can imagine you start off with 1 or 3 business centers, and then you earn the rest, and it's unlimited. Some people can earn up to 20, 50, or 100 business centers. As long as they're working each side of them and they're building teams, each one of those can pay them $1,000 per week, and that adds up, and that actually catapults them into the leadership bonuses as well. So this is a tremendous lucrative and amazing compensation plan that you can take advantage of to earn and build wealth. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people ask me, what is the benefit of starting with a 3 business center versus a 1 business center? Okay, let me point that out. Now, the obvious advantage or business center is that typically when you start off with a 1 business center, you've got to work the left and the right side to get it to 5,000 left, 5,000 right to earn your first re-entry, right? And then so that way, you're going to place all these people in between, and then you're going to put a re-entry somewhere below. Now, what the 3 business center option allows you is to immediately go ahead and purchase those 2 additional business centers and place them right at the very top, right near your 1 business center. And this is very advantageous for you earning a paycheck commission-wise. So let's look at the example. Okay, so now let's look at the 1 business center. We're going to take 2,000 group sales volume points on the left, 2,000 on the right, and obviously, we add those up and you balance, of course, on the pay table. You're gonna earn 10% of that total volume, which is $400 paycheck for that week. Now let's take the same volume, equivalent volume, but let's break it up a little differently in a 3 business center scenario. If we take 1,000 PV on the left and 1,000 PV on the right of your number 2, okay, that obviously is going to balance you out in your number 2. So that number 2 is going to pay you a check of $200. Now this same 1,000 group sales volume and 1,000 right group sales volume, they're going to go ahead and add up and going to roll up to the top left side of your business center 1. Okay, so now let's go over on the other side of the dotted line. So similar thing happens. It's symmetrical, right? You got a left 1,000, right 1,000. So your business center number 3 is going to pay you out a $200 paycheck. Now this is going to also add up and roll to the right side of your business center 1. Now you're going to get a 3rd paycheck. So your number 1 has 2,000 left and 2,000 right. So that's going to pay you a $400 paycheck here. So now if we add those up, okay, so the left side of your business center 1 is going to earn you a $400 paycheck. The left side of your business center 2 is going to earn you $200 paycheck, and the number 3 is going to earn you another $200 paycheck. So if you add all those up, okay, you're going to get an $800 paycheck. So you're going to get paid double for the same amount of volume that you generated. Okay, so this is an awesome way to get started, and it allows you to pick up 2 extra business centers instead of waiting for you to earn those reentries later on, and you're off to a quicker start and you're earning more money from the get-go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at this option here, which is what we call the hybridization of the binary. And this rewards and incentivizes those people that are out there just sponsoring like crazy. I like to call them sponsor monsters, okay? So they're out there generating. So what happens is that after you max out a business center, then any personal sponsored volume that you generate for that given week, we're just going to go ahead and pay you 10% of that personal sponsored volume that you sign up personally, and that's going to be 10%. So here's an example, right? So if you had 3 people here that you sponsored in a given week, then 5,000 left, 5,000 right, this business center is going to max out and pay you 1,000. And then this additional 5,000 PV personal sponsor volume that you do, that we're going to go ahead and just pay you 10% of that without having to balance, okay? So this is an awesome way to just go out there and just sponsor as many people as you like and not worry about placing strategically to just meet the balance requirement of the binary. So this is awesome. Like I said, I've tell many people we're like the commercial real estate of PV, right? One person or one client can generate 5,000 PV very quickly for you, and you can keep on going. So this is a great way to just keep on signing up a lot of people during the week, and just max out your first business center, and then everything you sponsor after that, guess what? You're going to get paid straight 10% commission volume without having to balance. Isn't that awesome? This is a very exciting feature of our compensation plan, so I hope you take advantage of it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's another exciting way to look at our compensation plan. You could just go out there and look at getting a one business center and just sponsoring two leaders, right? We like to call them, go out there and find your two gold nuggets. If you find two gold nuggets and these leaders go on to blow up the business and they are doing 5,000 PV left and right of one of your business centers, then this is going to be worth $1,000 per week for you, which is 52,000 a year income, residual income coming in straight into your mailbox, what most people like to call mailbox money or direct deposit money, and you did nothing else. So if you find two leaders and you did nothing else and they run with the business, then you can be pretty much set up with 52,000 a year residual income for the rest of your life. This is awesome. Okay, now if you come in with a three business center, now it gets very much more exciting, okay? Because now instead of finding two gold nuggets, you're looking for four gold nuggets, which is not that much of a stretch, right? So, but if you're able to find two, it should be pretty easy to find another two, right? So when you look at that and you find four gold nuggets and you did nothing else, okay, and those four leaders go on to blow up the business and they're always generating 5,000 PV on each of your four legs, you're going to earn 156,000 a year residual income. This is the mailbox money, direct deposit money, and this is awesome. So that's what we say is sign up with a one or a three business center and go out and find either your two or four gold nuggets, and you can be pretty much set for life. This is awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, people have asked me, how can I make money fast? Because I have bills to pay. I got bill collectors calling me. How can I come into your compensation plan and make a quick paycheck? And so this is what we call the Fast Start program if you want to do it this way. Now, a lot of people are able to afford the $600 down payment to get started with us. So we always like to say, okay, let's look at the the lower hanging fruit, right? Everybody, majority of people do have $600 to get started, either on their credit card, bank account, or however they want to come up with it. Now, also PayPal will lend them the $600, subject to credit approval. So it's very easy to get this model going really quickly and start generating some quick cash for you. So when we look at this, this is called our find your front four people, and then you're going to earn $400 for your first week. And these are your most valuable positions, okay? This is your business center 1, this is your business center 2, and this is your business center 3. So let's look at this example. So let's say you sign up Bob, Sue, Mary, and John. These are your front four positions. By the way, these are your most valuable positions. So you want to put the people that you really care about, they're very close to you, because here, after you fill up these four positions, the fifth person you sign up is going to have to go underneath one of these four people. So you're going to be able to help these front four people earn a paycheck as well by sponsoring underneath them. So most people tend to put in their close relatives, mother, father, uncles, aunts, brothers, sisters, and best friends in these front four positions, okay? Not necessarily you have to, but most people do. So this is where you build that synergy and you can help somebody make a paycheck while you earn your paycheck. So now let's look at this example. If each one of these people, Bob, Sue, Mary, and John, come in with 600 down payment, that's going to be 600 PV on the left and 600 PV on the right of your business center 2. All right, that's going to earn you a $100 paycheck, which is 500 PV at least on the left and 500 PV on the right. So then that's 100 for this one. Now these 600 and 600 will roll up to the top and add up to 1200 PV on the left side of your 1. So now let's look on the right side of your 1, see what's going on. So in your business center 3, Mary does the same thing. She comes in with 600 down payment. So does John come in with 600 down payment. So that means you have at least 500 on the left of your 3 and 500 on the right of your 3. So that number 3 is going to pay you another $100 paycheck. So there's your second paycheck. Now this same volume is going to generate all the way up to the right side of your business center 1 for another 1200. So if you have 1200 left of your 1 and 1200 PV on the right, you're also going to have at least 1,000 left and 1,000 right to do this. So what happens is you get a $200 paycheck on your business center 1. So we add them all up, you're going to get 100 plus 100 plus 200. That's $400 paycheck you get for your first week, and this is called a Fast Start program. Now the next week is going to get exciting when you help your front four, Bob, Sue, Mary, and John, get their front four. You're going to earn $2,000. I'm going to show you how that works out on the next slide. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the next slide, and let's take a look at this. Okay, so now you've already signed up your front four, right? So let's just go ahead. I wasn't able to sign up, put all the four that you initially signed up on this view slide. So I just put Bob, which is one of your front four. Now let's just look at that. If you find your front four, and then you help your front four find their four people, okay, then you're gonna earn a $2,000 paycheck for that week. And each of those front four that you signed up, each of them are going to earn $400 paycheck, which is awesome. So you're helping people earn their paycheck while you earn your paycheck as well. So here's an example, right? So if we look at this breakaway of your original four, this is Bob, right? Bob was on the left side of your number two, and Bob has a 1, a 2, and a 3 as well, like you do. Now he's going to go out and find Mark, Daniel, David, and Seth. So these are the four people that he signed up. So he himself is going to go ahead and make a $400 paycheck just like you did the previous week. Now, if all your front four did the same thing in the next week, then what's going to happen is now each one of those are going to generate a $2,000 paycheck overall for you in your 1, 2, and 3 business center. And now you're going to have 4 plus 16 people, so that's 20 people in your organization. And we always say find your front four and help them get their front four fast. And this is a whole new nucleus for your organization, and it takes off like wildfire from here, which is awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we also have some great incentives for you in other forms, which are contests. And we actually give out some wonderful prizes. These include vacations to exotic locations around the world, also, exotic cruises and other fabulous prizes that we give out from time to time. So please check our corporate website, MyStemCells.life, for future contests and all the details related to those contests. Okay, here's another wonderful incentive to go after when you're building a huge organization and you're becoming a leader of leaders and building your team. And this is a great way to reward yourself by earning some of these top luxurious vacation trips for you and your family, and also these fabulous, wonderful prizes. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, don't worry about it. Whenever you do get signed up with us, we actually do lots of training. So we will train you. So you don't have to come in with any extensive knowledge or background, just a desire to learn and to grow. So if you're not afraid to get out in front of people and share things and talk to individuals, then you're going to do very, very well in our compensation plan. So our training consists of one-on-one trainings, group trainings, webinars. We also have YouTube videos, written materials, and audios to help you grow your business and become very, very successful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people ask me, is it okay to be in another relationship marketing company? And my answer to that is a resounding yes, because we don't compete with them, all right? And we're pretty much, it's wise to have also multiple streams of income in case one stream of income it goes down or not working for you, then you have this other stream of income with us that can help you make up the gap. So it's very wise to have multiple streams, and it's okay to be another network marketing company. In fact, we have several people already in our company that represent other network marketing companies, and they're enjoying the benefits of multiple streams of income. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's look at the advantages of being a consultant. Well, obviously you can earn a paycheck, a very lucrative paycheck, and then also you can allocate a percentage of each paycheck you earn toward your stem cell banking and stem cell treatment. What an awesome opportunity to have. And then also you can earn the extra income to help pay for your bills. A lot of people have problem paying their bills, or just your dream vacation to travel, or maybe other dreams, send one of your children to college, or actually bring a spouse home from work, and because they're always working all the time, you never get to see them. And then more importantly, you get to help others, right, in their time of need, especially stem cells can potentially make a difference in their health. And then also tax advantages. A lot of people are out there didn't know that they could start writing off all kinds of things, their meals, their hotels, their airline tickets, their vacation time. As long as they mix it up with a little bit of business, they can enjoy those tax advantages. Always check in with a tax advisor to maximize the tax benefits of having a home-based business with us. Now, here's another exciting one that I hear a lot. A lot of people out there, I've started multiple businesses before in my lifetime, and I've talked to other entrepreneurs that have had businesses themselves, and they say if you have one employee, you have a headache. You have more than one employee, you're running an adult daycare center. So the beauty of this thing, this gives you all the upside of owning your own business with all the headaches and hassles of running a business. Okay, so this is awesome, right? So this is where people say, like I said, I mean, if you have one employee, you have a headache. If you have more than one, you're running an adult daycare center. So this actually takes away all those hassles and those day-to-day operations of opening the store, closing the store, and wearing all the hats and everybody picking on you. So this is an awesome way to build wealth with minus all the headaches, excuse me, and hassles. Now, the other one is you get to work with people that you want to. And whenever you have a job, you really don't get to decide that, right? You don't get to set the hours or the time that, or the people that you work with. And when you're in business for yourself, you get to set your own hours and you get to work with the people that you want to. How awesome is that? Okay, in order to be commission qualified with us, you have to be on a prepayment plan or have fully paid for your stem cell banking. Now, option one is the best option to get started with us. Okay, you have three options. Option one is $600 down payment towards your stem cell banking, and it's only $183.33 for 24 months. The second option is $200 down, okay, and you get $200 a month payment for 24 months. So this one, we do give you, option one, we give you the 3 business center for free. And then for option two, you'd get the 1 business center for free and become commission qualified. Now, for those of you that want to send in more or send in less, we do have option 3. You can put a higher or lower down payment, and you can make a higher or lower monthly payment. And then, of course, these months will vary depending on what those payments are, and the down payment that you put. So option 3 is sort of a customized way of getting your prepayment plan going on your stem cell banking. As soon as you start one of these 3 options, you are commission qualified and able to earn a paycheck with us as long as you're on one of these payment plans or if you fully paid for the stem cell banking. So this is an awesome way to keep going and get everything started with your business, home-based business, and also be banking your stem cells at the same time. And what an awesome combination. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have partnered up with PayPal to actually extend a line of credit to all our consultants. It's a very simple and easy to qualify process. Let's talk about debt, good debt and bad debt. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says there's 2 types of debt: the good debt, bad debt. Now, a bad debt is if you go borrow money and you go blow it. You go buy pizzas, you spend it on a vacation, you go buy something that doesn't put money back in your pocket. That's considered to be bad debt. Now, if you go out and take a loan, in this case like a line of credit to start a home-based business, which is just a small amount, $600, then that's a good debt, okay? And so this is recommended by Robert Kiyosaki that if you are doing investing into a business, definitely consider this. Now the beauty of this PayPal line of credit is that there's no payments and no interest for 6 months. How great is that? That means they're just going to lend you the $600 that you can actually utilize. You got up to 6 months to repay that. And you can easily make the $600 back in your first week if you really work hard, or several weeks to get this thing paid off. And there's no interest, okay? And there's no payments. So it's like it never cost you anything. So this is an awesome way to get started and to have everybody in your downline that wants to do this and take advantage of this PayPal line of credit to get started with their down payment towards their stem cell banking and become one of our consultants with the 3 business centers, which is the best way to start. Now, obviously, also when you have a PayPal account, it allows you to use other credit cards that you have: MasterCard, Visa, American Express, or Discover. Now, this PayPal line of credit is very easy to qualify. So the first step is you've got to go to www.paypal.com and you sign up with a PayPal, and there it will ask you for a credit card to put on file, but it's not going to charge anything. And then so what happens is when you do that, now you've got a PayPal account that you can use for anything, okay? And there's a lot of great applications for a PayPal account. It's always great to have. I have one. Most of my friends have a PayPal account. So it's a great thing to have anyways, and it's free. Then the second step, then to apply for the line of credit for the $600 down payment, then you go to www.paypalcredit.com MyStemCells.life.com. And then there, you're going to go ahead and use your PayPal credentials, your login credentials to get in there. And you apply for this line of credit, okay? And it's instant answer. They'll let you know right away in a matter of seconds, okay, if you're approved. And then very easy to qualify, and you get your answer like in seconds. So great way to get started. You know, you go to step 1 PayPal.com and step 2 PayPalCredit.com. And if you can show this to your entire downline and your prospects that you're signing up, your business is going to accelerate really fast. You're going to have massive success. And if you duplicate that with everybody and teach everybody how to do this, it's a very powerful, useful resource to help finance people with their down payment, and your business is going to grow exponentially. Okay, if you're seeking stem cell treatment for yourself or someone that you know or care about, then go ahead and call 210-364-4646, or you can email us at info@MyStemCells.life, and we will give you a customized quote on your stem cell treatment. Now, the pricing will vary depending on how many stem cells you need, how many injection sites, and then the number of treatments you will need. So all that will be quoted to you. Okay, also we do have third-party financing out there, and there's carecredit.com. They're a great third-party lender, so you can check them out at their website, carecredit.com, and they have all their criteria for applying for their medical loan, and it's a great option in helping you financing your stem cell treatment. Now, crowdfunding. Okay, crowdfunding is it's a great way to get started if you don't have the money for banking your stem cells or your treatment. We heard of a coach that raised over $75,000 for his medical treatment. So when we heard this, we're like, you know, we got to offer this to all of our consultants and clients. And just remember, if you come across somebody, or if it's yourself, and you need to bank your stem cells and also get a treatment, don't overlook us. Actually, get started with a crowdfunding. It's free. What we do is we give you an ID, and with that ID, you can actually share that with your friends on Facebook, you know, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, email, phone call, or, you know, just hand it to them directly. And then every donation that comes in on your behalf, and if it's done by check, it's going to be 100% of that amount is going to go towards your stem cell banking and treatment. And if it's a credit card, then it's about approximately 97% of the donation is going to go to you, because we have to, they charge us a 3% transaction fee for running the credit card. So that's all we subtract. We don't make any money on the donations. So now if you go use a third-party crowdfunding, they usually clip in about 10 to 15% of your donation. So this is a great way to get started without giving up so much there. Okay, so a great program. Please share this with. All right, here are some ideas of financing your stem cell banking and your stem cell treatment. Some people have taken out equity loans on their homes. Also, they have also taken the reverse mortgage. Those are for people age over 55. Great option there for most people. And then also you can pay by check, credit cards, or crowdfunding. If you just don't have the money to pay for this, it's always free to start a crowdfunding. Also, you can become a consultant, earn your commission, earn your way your stem cell banking and your treatment. Also, there's third-party financing with medical loans or any combination of these that can help you get to your stem cell banking and your stem cell treatment. Are great ways to get started. Corporate tithing. 10% of all our company profits go to support charities. At present, we are supporting 2 charities. It is the St. Jude's Children's Hospital and also the Children's Hunger Fund. 2 great causes and great missions, and we're very delighted and happy to be part of those and donating to those great causes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the comparison between buying life insurance and buying bioinsurance by banking your stem cells. Okay, now let's talk about life insurance. That really is not life insurance. That is really death insurance. Okay, that means when you die, somebody else gets a huge chunk of money. Okay, so let's talk about real life insurance. Okay, life insurance in the form of banking your stem cells actually does provide you a form of bioinsurance, what we like to call it. And that means that you can bank your stem cells, and this is a repository of your own stem cells that can be used in a case of medical emergency, and they have enormous potential for healing. So let's go down the comparison here. for a $1 million life insurance death policy. Okay, they call it life insurance, 20-year term, and this is for age 50 through 59. Okay, these are the monthly premiums. Okay, and then you got to pay it for 240 months. So here at age 50, you start off at 170. It's an average, and it scales all the way up to $434 when you get to 59. Okay, so now look, if you this is the bioinsurance here, right? So when we look at it, really is a life insurance type policy, right? You do have the potential of saving your life with these stem cells that you do bank. Now here is just a monthly payment. If you put $600 down payment, your monthly payment's only 24 months, okay, and that payment is $183.33, and thereafter it drops down to only $150 per year, okay? So you only have that kind of payment for 24 months compared to this 240 months for a life insurance or death policy insurance. Now, so what is the difference? If you look at the difference in monthly, this is the column here, okay? So if you see that, it's not that much more difference when you're age 50, but when you get up to close to 60, there's a huge difference here. And this is as you get older, and if you go, through time, move through time, aging, then this insurance policy is going to be more valuable to you than this one here. Okay, like I said, this only pays out when you die. This one actually helps you and it has the potential to prevent you from dying. Okay, so this is the choice you got to make here. So I thought I'd do this head-to-head comparison, and you guys make your choice. Okay, let's compare also the prepaid funeral cost to the prepaid stem cell treatment and banking costs. Okay, the average cost for a funeral is somewhere between $7,000 and $10,000. Okay, and our stem cell banking's at $5,000. Okay, and some of our treatments are ranged from $7,000 to $10,000 in that range as well. So when you look at we've got people already prepaying for their funeral expenses, okay? How sad and morbid is that, right? How about prepaying for your stem cell treatments ahead of time in case you need them in an emergency and avoid going into that prepaid casket? How about that idea? I think that's a wonderful idea. Now, when you prepay for your stem cell banking or a treatment or a combination of the two, you're actually locking in today's price, okay? You got also, if the prices go down, you actually get a lower price guarantee, okay? So you'll never pay the higher price that you started off with. So this is an awesome, so it protects you from prices going up, and it also gives you the reward when the prices go down, if they do. And nobody knows which direction prices will go with this new stem cell technology. So this is great peace of mind for you. Now, whenever you do prepay for anything, a stem cell banking or treatment, you get a lifetime credit towards any services that we provide. Now, you can also buy a stem cell banking or a stem cell treatment gift card from us and give it to someone you love and care about, so that way you can give them peace of mind of banking their stem cells and a prepaid stem cell treatment just in case they need it in a medical emergency in the future. So what a great way to invest your money and start a prepayment plan with us. Okay, we offer live webinars every Monday through Thursday. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 7:30 p.m. in the evening, Central Time. And then also we do one early in the morning every Saturday at 9 a.m. Central Time. So these are 5 days out of the week that you can actually jump on a live webinar and take a look at our lucrative compensation plan and also our stem cell banking and stem cell treatment plan. And if these times are not convenient for you, you can always ask for a link. We do have YouTube links to these live webinars that are recorded, and you can take a look at that at your own convenience and your own leisure. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give out a great acknowledgement to SNS System. They are a great business consulting and IT service company. They actually can help you with all kinds of solutions for your business, anywhere from operations management, engineering solutions, product lifecycle, infrastructure services. They've worked with small business all the way up to Fortune 500 companies, and they're just a leading software development. They've got a great team, and you can check them out on their website at snssystem.com or call them at 214-499-0979. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 3 tablespoons of belly fat may save your life one day, and our motto is don't operate, regenerate. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we arrived at the final slide in the presentation. Please let the person know who invited you if you're number 1, number 2, or number 3 type person. A number 1 type person says, I'm ready to get started now with a down payment of $600 and $183 a month for 24 months to bank my stem cells. And when you do this option, you actually receive a 3 business center for free, and you're commission qualified to start earning a paycheck. Now, number 2 type person says, I'm ready to get started, but with a lower down payment of $200 and then $200 a month for 24 months to bank my stem cells. And in this particular scenario, option 2, you actually receive a 1 business center, and that's income potential of $52,000 a year, where the 3 business center has $156,000 a year income potential. So choose one of those two. Those are 2 great options the way to get started. Now, type 3 person says, I'm only interested in being a client. I just want to bank my stem cells, or get a treatment or a combination of the two, and would like to get a price quote. Okay, and then if you still have questions, you can also let them know I need more information. So please let the person who invited you know if you're number 1, 2, or 3, or you need more information. And thank you very much. Now I'm going to open it up to questions and answers. So we'll have a Q&A session, and we'll take as much time as we need to answer all your questions. And we're going to start that here in the next minute.